They say buying and reading books are two different hobbies. Can confirm. Welcome to Runs on Espresso, where we combine planning and creativity to cross things off our to-do list. In today's video, we will be reviewing the Erin Condren reading log and journal. First up, I absolutely love this cover. I'm a huge fan of the mid-century circles to begin with, and I like this kind of pastel ombre rainbow that they have going on. I'm not a huge fan of gold. I prefer silver, but since we have the gold coil and the gold foil in the cover, I think it works together. And we open it up. Of course, we have our little title page, so many books, so little time. Definitely agree with that one. And we have a little quote pages. I love, again, the pastel colors in this book. And a how to use this journal. Erin Condren always does a really good job of putting in a little kind of instructional page in their guided journals. Always very helpful because sometimes you look at it and you're like, how would I use this? Personally, I think the reading journal is fairly self-explanatory, but you always have a little bit of helper with this how to use the journal page. Flipping ahead, we have my reading goals. You get 2 pages of reading goals. There are 8 total, which kind of feels like a lot to me. I usually have maybe 2 to 3 goals for reading, usually a set like 52 books a year, 4 books a month, 2 nonfiction, 2 fiction books, something like that. Like those are my goals. What about you? How many reading goals do you set each year? And what kind of reading goals are they? I would love to know because I'm always interested in trying new things. And after the reading goals, we have 2 pages of daily reading trackers. There is enough here for 2 years. So each page is 1 year worth of monthly trackers. Again, I love the colorfulness of this. It's really simple. You can start anytime. You could start right now. You could start at the beginning of the year. And then you just have to remember to go back and mark off each day that you've read. Since you have 2 years of trackers, I suppose you could use year 1, year 2 for your goals, but I'm not sure that will work with the rest of the journal, which we'll get into as we go through it. After our daily reading tracker, we go right into our review pages, starting at the top of the 2-page spread. You have, of course, your book rating, and you can fill in the stars. You could either color them in, cross them off with like just a pen, or what I would probably do is take a dot marker and be like 3 stars, ... Then you have title, author, date started, date finished. Then you have the type of book, either ebook, book, or audiobook, book length, and you can put page or hours, genre. If it was recommended by someone, you can fill that in. And then over here you have read for fun, book club, work, school, reading goal, or a blank box. I really like this idea. I think that's a fun way to do it. Like most of my books are fun. Some are more for like work, learning, personal development goal type things. And then you have a spot, I recommend this book, yes or no. Then on the bottom of the page, you have what I thought of this book and my favorite part of this book. So you got a little bit of room to write those. Over on the second page, you have a large box for thoughts, quotes, or memorable moments from this book. So you can see you have quite a bit of space there to fill that in how you want. You could get decorative, you could make it fancy, You could print out a little like 2x2 picture to put in there. And then at the bottom, you have takeaways from this book. There are 58 pages or 58 of each of these book reviews. So that might be enough for some people, might not be enough for other people. You could try to do like one page for a book and then kind of copy that information over here and do this page for a different book, covered up with stickers. I don't know. This probably would not work for me for multiple years because I do read about 52 books a year. Some years I'm in the 40s, some years I'm in the 60s. I do really love this top section, but for me, when I do my ratings, I follow a specific book rating system. I recently did a blog post on my fiction version of it, so I will leave that link in the description box below. But I would probably do that over in this large box here, and then maybe put some thoughts over here that I'd want to put in my blog post or my book review, especially if it's for a arc. I would want to make sure that I have some good information and I'm following my system to make sure I'm giving it a fair rating. Once you get through all of your book reviews, you have a section for book club meeting notes. You get 12 of these, so you can use one each month for a year. I really think this is meant to be a year, so I'm not sure why the sections in the front here, the goals and the daily reading tracker, are so much. That was not well put together sentence. I don't know why they have 2 pages for each of these. I think they could have done my reading goals and had your 4 here, and then done the other page with just the reading trackers. That's just my opinion. I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Does this feel like it's set up for a year, 2 years, or kind of like a combo of them? Looking a little closer at the first half of the page of the book club, you have title author, title suggested by, meeting date, meeting location, book club members, and book club spread. I assume this is for in-person book clubs with, spread as in food, like who's bringing what or what food is going to be there or what food was there. Then on the bottom, you have what I want to discuss at book club. So you can make your notes here as you read, or maybe after you finish the book, just jot down some ideas that you want to bring up. And on the other side, we have what we discussed and memorable moments. I might take this with me to book club and kind of jot some stuff down for these two so that I remember them. Because if I wait until I get home, I might forget. And then down at the bottom, you have a spot for my book rating and the book club rating. So you can kind of compare if you liked it better than everybody at the book club or worse, or how worse. You know what I'm saying. Next meeting's book title, next meeting's author, and next meeting date. So you can get all of that in there before you leave book club and you're all set. Overall, I do like these pages. I think they would be great for either an in-person book club or even a virtual one. Of course, your book club spread might be a little bit different, but meeting location, you could put Zoom or Google Hangouts or wherever it's at. And I really like how they have the what I want to discuss and what we discussed. Would you join a book club? What type of books would you want to read in your book club? Fiction, nonfiction? If you pick nonfiction, are you looking at like productivity books or memoirs or a mix, maybe a little bit of everything? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Or if you're in a book club, let me know what kind of books you read for book club. I'm very curious about this. And then finally, we have 6 pages of my favorite books. So you got book title and author. And for me, this feels like a lot. I would prefer this as a 2-page spread, and then maybe add some more review pages. And on here, you get 26 lines per page. So you have room for 156 favorite books, but only 58 reviews. To me, the math isn't mathing. I think that I read quite a bit compared to like an average person, but not quite as much as like a book talker or someone like that. I'm kind of in between. And I don't think even I would be able to fill up all of these pages, even if I went back for years of like all the books I can remember or all the books I have on Goodreads. I still don't know if I would fill all of these up. What do you think? Is this too many pages for favorite books? Not enough? Just right? I'm really curious because to me it's a lot. And then the next 6 pages are a to be read list. So book title, author, and a little spot to mark if you've read it or not. And since this is the same amount of pages and lines as my favorite books, you only get 156 of these. And this is where I insert like a big sigh here, because I have so many books that I want to read that I think just my Amazon wish list would fill this up. And that doesn't even count like the books that I have on my library. That doesn't count the books I already own, which the books I already own would definitely fill more pages than these 6. I would really have to prioritize, like, which books do I want to read this year type thing. And that might just be me. I might just be one of those weirdos that has both hobbies of buying books and reading books. I have stopped buying books. Now I just add them to my Amazon wish list or my library wish list, depending on where I can find it. What do you think? Do we need more of these pages? Less? Should we pare back, limit ourselves? Let me know in the comments, because again, I'm very curious about everybody else's reading habits and book buying habits, and I want to know if I'm really an outlier or if more people are like me. Overall, I think the Erin Condren reading log and journal is really pretty. I really enjoyed the aesthetic of it, and I had planned to use it as my reading journal, but I'm not sure if all of it will work for me or not. The goals and trackers feel like they're for like 2 years, but there's only enough of the reviews for me for 1 year, unless I do like 1 page for each book, like make this into a similar page to that. And as of right now, I'm not in a book club. So these pages right now would not do me any good. I would maybe like to start a book club. I don't know if anyone else would like to join me. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to let me know in the comments and maybe we can put something together. Let me know your thoughts on the Erin Condren reading journal and what you're currently reading. Thank you for watching today's video. If you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. And if you want more videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Every to-do list needs a caffeine boost, so grab your coffee and get to planning.